Top Talkers, and today's topic is about chores in your household and who does them, and well, if they create fights, if it's a bit of a bone of contention between a marriage. We had a good discussion going this morning earlier on with our crew, but we're going to introduce our panel this morning. We have Richardson, CTV News at 6.
Hi.
Lianne Laing sitting in for us, and Stuntman Stu from Majic 100. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you and your wife Connie fight over chores?
No, we fight over who's going to yell at the children. We don't fight over who's going to do the chores, because it's divvied up in our house. I clean up the kitchen. She does the bathrooms.
Okay.
She does the laundry because she hates the way I do it, so I clean up the front yard.
Okay.
But there's never any fights.
Was there ever, the conversation of you do this, I do this, or did it naturally just flow that way?
It naturally flowed, because you have to carry your weight. I think it's 50-50.
Now, Lianne, you have a good solution for all of this. Don't either of you do it. Hire someone.
Okay, no, that's not fair.
Must be nice if you're rich.
That is not fair, and that is not the case.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that's what they're saying could save your marriage if you're having issues over this.
I think it can, and we have thankfully been in a state where we can hire someone to come in and do the bathrooms and do some of the other stuff.
Right.
Meanwhile, we still do the dishwasher, the laundry, everything else that has to be done, and we've just naturally taken to, I know that he can't stand emptying the cutlery. He doesn't mind doing the dishwasher. He hates doing the cutlery, right?
Well,
so I just know, I'm like, just get it done, because if the toilet's plugged,
who does all the chores in Richardson's house?
This is a big issue. This is.
It is.
It is. My wife and I are different in that she can't let things sit, right?
Right, yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
It's out of my field of vision. I'm focusing on something else, and I can take the dog for a walk or do something else or do something work-related and have a chore be undone. Leanne can't.
Okay.
My wife Leanne. My wife Leanne.
Because I can see a towel on the floor and it won't bother me. Like
I'm the same way.
And that's why. And
it drives
it
her up the wall. How can you walk by it? She says.
Now, does it create a fight? Because this study suggests it doesn't create a fight.
It doesn't create a fight, but it is very real because everyone's busy. The kids, life. Stress at work,
and it's got to get
done. And it's got to get done. And so you know what? She's just going to pick up the towel.
See, this drives me nuts. This drives me nuts, because the fight that I have with my wife is in the kitchen. If we're having dinner and the kids are getting crumbs all over the place, I'm going after them with the dustbuster. I'm cleaning it up because they'll step on the crumbs, and the crumbs will go upstairs. So I'm a little OCD. I'm a little crazy in the kitchen.
Because that's your area.
That's my area. So that's when I get a little crazy, and that's when I have a little discussion. I go, do you not see that? And she goes, leave it. It's fine. We can clean it up after dinner. I'm like, no, look.
Now, would you believe that? Would you believe that people are divorcing over this? This is one of the main reasons people are actually separating, is because they can't get along over domestic chores.
Yes.
You can see that?
I can totally see that.
Now, I'm like you in my household, where I don't need something to be done right away, but then when I want it done, I want it done that second.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with certain things sitting there for a little bit.
Yeah,
and then that's created a few arguments in our house
And not
as well.
to be sexist, most guys aren't running around with a dustbuster like Stu, I would say. And I think I'm not saying that my gender can live in filth, but I do think that a lot of women like things a certain way, particularly in the home, and unless it's the garage or the car, maybe guys are like, take it or leave it.
Okay, so what's the answer then? What do you think is the right thing? Divvying up? You do the bathroom, I do the bathroom?
Yes.
Communication, I think, and I think understanding where each one has their strengths and their weaknesses, and understanding what is going to set that person off and what can go. Like in our household, things just go, and we say it'll get done. Our lives are crazy, they're hectic, and you know what? It's not going to matter if the laundry isn't folded and it sits in the dryer for an extra day.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. We're more of the don't sweat the small. And so both of us have that attitude, which is why there's a smooth transition that, eventually the towel does get.
And maybe that's a good attitude to have, because you and Tony don't fight over these kind of things.
We have never argued over that, but because
her staff comes in and cleans it up.
That is not true at all, and I'm really very defensive about this. But there are certain things where I say it's more value to me to enjoy some time on a Saturday with my family, and so I budget for that convenience
for us,
service, so that we can enjoy our life together and enjoy things rather than stress and argue over who's doing the toilet.
Yeah, and maybe that's the way to go, though, because when it comes down to it, instead of the fighting, instead of doing the chores yourself, you put a little bit of money aside and you put it towards a cleaning service, and when they're there cleaning your house, you go outside and you enjoy the time with your family.
So one little anecdote. This is about gender issues and about the fact that women are in the workforce, right? So when I was working on Parliament Hill, my wife was working full time. It was crazy. I was traveling, and we hired a nanny to help with the kids.
Yep.
And a woman who was a professional on Parliament Hill says to me, "Yeah, who hired the nanny?" And of course, Lianne hired the nanny,
yeah.
right? And that is. Women, generally speaking, I think it's fair to say, still shoulder a lot of the guilt and a lot of the household burden of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we are coming around, but it takes time.
The gap
generalizing.
is narrowing. Yes, you're right, but the gap is narrowing, but we're not there yet. We're not 50-50 yet. There's no way.
Look, I made fun of Lianne for having the staff of 40 to clean up the house, but I hire a service to do our lawn in the summer because I know how long it takes, and I don't want to be outside mowing the lawn. I want to be playing with the kids. I want to be going to the park with them.
Same thing.
So it's the same thing right there.
Yeah, I know. I just had to bring that up because I know somebody's
going to tweet me.
So
you have staff too.
He has staff.
He has 60 staff.
Yes, staff. Whole crew.
Do they wear white gloves?
Only when addressing me. Yes.
Oh yes. Okay.
All right. Well, this is a fun topic. I'm sure we could keep talking about this. Maybe you'll be talking about it in your house this evening.
With your
staff.
Now, though,
with your staff and your spouse.